Minimizing the spread of chronic wasting disease is essential this time of year as hunters fill their hunting licenses. Since 1997, the Wyoming Game and Fish has monitored the distribution and prevalence of chronic wasting disease, or CWD, to understand how the disease affects deer, elk, and moose populations. The disease has been identified in most deer hunt areas in Wyoming. One area of focus is the transport and disposal of carcasses from deer, elk, or moose from the field, as the disease can be transmitted from CWD-positive carcasses of animals that aren't properly transported or disposed of. The majority of CWD-positive animals harvested appear completely normal and healthy, so hunters may be unaware that healthy-looking deer, elk, or moose can transmit CWD. To minimize the possibility of transmission, Wyoming's regulations permit deer, elk, and moose hunters to transport only the following items within Wyoming: edible portions with no part of the spinal column or head attached, cleaned hide without the head, skull, skull plate, or antlers that have been cleaned of all meat and brain tissue, teeth, or finished taxidermy mounts. The same rules apply to transport of carcasses out of state, with the addition that whole carcasses of deer, elk, and moose are not allowed to be transported out of Wyoming. Deer, elk, and moose taken in Wyoming may be transported within Wyoming to a camp, a private residence for processing, a taxidermist, a processor, or a CWD sample collection site in Wyoming. But the head and all portions of the spinal column must remain at the site of the kill, or disposed of in an approved landfill or approved incinerator in Wyoming. Deer, elk, or moose taken from other states, provinces, or countries can only be imported into Wyoming if carcasses are transported directly to a private residence for processing, to a taxidermist or a processor, or to a CWD sample collection site. That's provided the head and all portions of the spinal column are disposed of in an approved landfill or incinerator. A solid resource for carcass disposal and transport is available on the Game and Fish website. A list of disposal sites is also there. This is Ray Hageman with the Wyoming Game and Fish Department.